Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sara Lubratt and today's video is actually going to be updating my writing inspiration board, or at least that's what I've been calling it, when in reality it's more of a writing motivation board. But it's looked roughly like this for the past couple of years, and it has looked a little bit rough since I moved because some of the papers got crinkled and stuff, and so it just hasn't been looking as good as I want it to, and I want to update it with some new things, and so that's what I'm going to be doing today. If you go on to enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a big thumbs up because that really supports my channel. And now without further ado, let's get into updating my writing motivation board. I think I want to start tackling this project by cutting up the new things that I've printed out, as well as removing everything that's currently on it and getting rid of some of the stuff that just doesn't inspire me as much as it did when I originally made this board, to update it so that it is the most inspirational and the most motivational for me right now. So I guess that just means I have to start. Now that I've cut up a couple of the things that I printed out that now I want to add to my board, I want to show you guys a close-up of what the board currently looks like, and then I'll do another one at the end when it's all completed. So this is what my writing motivation board has looked like for a long time now. This needs to go and has needed to go for a very long time. But a couple of my favorite things on here are this postcard that I got in Ireland when I went to the Trinity College Long Room, which is this absolutely gorgeous library. This one always makes me laugh. Writing saved me from the sin and inconvenience of violence. I find this one really encouraging. Don't downgrade your dream just to fit your reality. Upgrade your conviction to match your destiny. And then of course we have these writer positivity ones, like there will be fan art of your characters, aspiring authors will ask you for advice, and you're going to be someone's favorite author someday. And of course, today is a good day to write. I have absolutely loved having this thing on or near my desk because then it makes it so easy for me to look up and get inspiration if I'm not really feeling it. But it also makes it hard for me not to write because I also work at this desk, but then if I'm done working and I look up and I see all of this stuff that's basically encouraging me to write, then I'm like, oh yeah, that is something I want to do. I'm going to do that now. So I do think that writing motivation board is much more accurate than writing inspiration board. But with some of the stuff that I just printed out that I want to be adding to this board, it's going to make it a little bit more of like a general, I want to be working towards my goals rather than I just want to write. It is definitely just more of like a positivity, like remember what you're working towards kind of a thing now, or at least that's the goal. I do think that this poster might have to come off though, just because it's seen better days and it takes up so much space on the board that I think it needs to go so that other things can have a turn. Alright, and with that, the board is now empty and ready for a fresh start. Now that the board is empty, I want to go through the things that I removed from it and sort these into a keep, maybe, and remove pile so that then I have a solid stack of things that I want to put back on the board. There will be fan art of your characters, I think is a definite yes, maybe. We're gonna put that in yes. I can always remove it. This postcard, while it is a little beat up, is absolutely a yes, especially because I bought this postcard when I was there, and so it has very fun memories with it. So that's definitely a yes. Writing saved me from the sin and inconvenience of violence is a maybe. Writing is what makes a writer, nothing more and nothing less is a bookmark. I think that this is also a solid maybe. A lot of these are so hard because I love them and I want to keep them up here, but I also want to introduce new things just to keep it visually interesting for myself so that I actually look at it and that I actually feel motivated and inspired when I look at it. Aspiring authors will ask you for writing advice is a strong maybe. A drop of ink may make a million think is a strong maybe. Today is a good day to write is absolutely a yes. Don't downgrade your dream just to fit your reality. Upgrade your conviction to match your destiny is a yes. If you want to change the world, pick up your pen and write. I want to say yes because of the message, but I don't know. I'll put it in yes and I can always move it. You're going to be someone's favorite author, absolutely a yes. Go away, I'm writing. This doesn't make sense to be on my writing inspiration board, so I'm gonna have to put this in no, which is our first no. This is a cute patch and could add some texture, so I'm gonna put this into the maybe, even though it isn't a strong yes on its own. Writer's gonna write, this is a sticker and I'm not sure if it has a place on the board right now, although it would introduce some color, so I'm gonna put this as a solid maybe. Story in progress, this is another sticker. I think this one is really cute. I think this one's a yes, especially because it's a different shape. It adds some interest. This patch I thought was really cool, but I don't think it belongs on the board now either, because it's a little extreme, you know? So I'm gonna put that in a no as well. And then the first draft is as bad as the book is ever going to be. I think that this is a great reminder, so this is definitely going in at the yes pile. And then this stack of things are the things that I recently printed out and want to add to the board. And some of these things include supposedly a quote from Beyonce, but I didn't fact check, and if it's not, it's fine. I just like the quote itself. It says, "If there's one thing I'm willing to bet on, it's myself," and I love that, and I think that this is very motivating and very inspiring and definitely belongs on the board. A picture with a little map in it that says, "Don't call it a dream, call it a plan." The New York Times best-selling logo, just as a good reminder of something that would be really freaking cool if it happened to one of my books at some point in time, and is definitely like a dream to happen. And so having this on my motivation board, I think, is going to positively motivate me to remember this dream and actively work towards it. Of course, to the best of my ability, I know that this is kind of a debated topic and has very little to do with the author themselves, but it's a nice concept. A quote from Bill Gates that says, "Most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. I love this, especially for something like writing that takes so long, because it is absolutely amazing the things that you can accomplish in 1 year. And then if you can accomplish that much in a year, imagine how much you can accomplish in 10. But it's also just a really good reminder to look at the bigger picture. And so this is definitely going on the board. One of my absolute favorite quotes about drafting, and it's from Shannon Hale, and it says, "I'm writing a first draft and reminding myself that I'm simply shoveling sand into a box so that later I can build sand castles." Or just castles. Technically, this one just says castles. Writing a first draft can be really hard, so that's definitely going on the board. This one says, "It's not that successful authors never fail, it's that they never give up," which is true in any field, not just writing. And this one is really big, so I might have to cut it down, but this one says, "To be responsible, keep your promises to others. To be successful, keep your promises to yourself." And then the last one that I printed out is a picture from Arches National Park with a quote from Tori Dunlap over it that I made on Canva. Not very high tech, but it says, "It is a radical act of protest to play it big." And I love this, and I love the color, and I think that this is gonna look really nice on the board. So those are the things that are going back on it, and now I guess I get to play around with layout and see what I want to do. It took a little bit of playing around, but I think I found a layout that I like and that I want to pin down. So that is what's next. My updated writing motivation board. And this is the final layout that I decided on. I'm writing a first draft and reminding myself that I'm simply shoveling sand into a box so that later I can build castles. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. There will be fan art of your characters. A drop of ink may make a million think. Don't call it a dream, call it a plan. If there's one thing I'm willing to bet on, it's myself. Don't downgrade your dream just to fit your reality. Upgrade your conviction to match your destiny. Today is a good day to write. Aspiring authors will ask you for writing advice. New York Times bestseller. It's not that successful authors never fail, it's that they never give up. It is a radical act of protest to play it big. You're going to be someone's favorite author. If you want to change the world, pick up your pen and write. Writer's gonna write. Writing is what makes a writer, nothing more and nothing less. To be responsible, keep your promises to others. To be successful, keep your promises to yourself. Writing saved me from the sin and inconvenience of violence. The first draft is as bad as the book is ever going to be. Story in progress in my Trinity College postcard. And with that, my writing motivation board that is almost more like a vision board now is completely updated. It's been refreshed. And it's looking good. I would love to know down in the comments below what your favorite inspiring quote is or favorite motivating quote is. And if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a big thumbs up, because it really supports my channel by telling the YouTube algorithm that you liked my video and that somebody else might too. And it just helps share the message of my channel and help more people find me and grow our writing community. If this is the first video that you're seeing from me and you want to see more like it, make sure you scroll down below and hit that big red subscribe button, because I post videos twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Sara Lubratt, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.